So this is my crib for the night where I'm staying. But you want to see something more magical? First, I've got to change into something more adventurous. Come on, follow me.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, good morning, BBs. It's too early.
It sure is.
Welcome to the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
And I'm Saige Ryan.
And we're double boosted, baby.
Double boosted.
We are double boosted. I had my my second booster on Wednesday evening, and spent all day yesterday in a time warp.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Yeah.
It was my first Moderna.
Same.
Moderna is rough. Do you think people believe, because there is a new Moderna coming out that's going to be better? That was what they're saying. It's the one that starts like next month.
No, it does not.
No?
No, do not spread vaccine misinformation. Be careful.
No, I'm not trying to.
That vaccine that is supposed to be adjusted to cover the new 2 variants of COVID is not coming to anyone until October, which means it will not be to people like us, for instance, until probably January. So do get the current booster, as the next one will not be ready until you're ready, because the current wait time in between boosters is 4 to 6 months.
Now, see, I went and I got Moderna because some people had told me that this was the new Moderna, and then after I got it, everybody was like, oh no, it's not the new Moderna. And I was like,
it's not.
And I was like, oh no, I could have gotten a Pfizer and had a much nicer day yesterday, because the Pfizer doesn't disagree with me as much.
That's fair. Actually, Moderna disagreed with me less, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I had a rough time with my last 3 were Pfizer. But what I will say is Moderna is slightly more effective in certain areas already, and has been consistently.
Slightly more effective at making me take a 7-hour nap.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what that's more effective at.
You know, if I'm going to be down for the count the next day either way, or even if I'm not, even if it means I am down for the count instead of not being, worth it.
Oh, for sure. Stephen Hayden says in the live studio audience, I like to feel it working. I think that there's probably anecdotally people believe whichever one really knocked them out is the better one, because I think that feels right to people. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh no, the Moderna, like I really felt it, so it must really be working. I'll tell you what, get whatever one you can as soon as you can. That's the way to do it.
All legitimate COVID vaccines are good vaccines.
Yeah.
But yes, there is evidence that suggests, so it's not even fully confirmed, that Moderna might be slightly more effective in other variants.
Which one give me superpowers?
All of them, baby. Get that boosted Wi-Fi in your arm, you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, I'm 5G. Let me tell you something. I got my booster, woke up yesterday, my phone alarm's ringing, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's sitting over here, and it's I've got 3 bars. I usually have 3 bars in my apartment. I grab it with that 5G in my blood, went immediately up to 4 bars.
Yeah.
Not just 4 bars. Yeah, it made a smiley face.
Yeah.
It went 4 bars, and then it went smiley face, and then it just turned into $3 signs.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Moderna is the one that Dolly gave money to. That was the other thing. I was like, get a little Dolly vaccine.
Get that. It makes you a much better antenna. Yes. The secret one that only self-aware can opener says the secret one that only Bill Gates got is the superpower. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what they mean by boosted. I do still use Boost Mobile.
Yeah.
I do still use Boost Mobile prepaid cards.
Right. It's very obnoxious. Someone has to drive into the gas station every weekend.
It used to be a Radio Shack, but now they're just NFTs. So there's no way to go to the Radio Shack and get my Boost Mobile cards.
They're actually less NFTs at this point and mostly comprised of misogyny.
Tell me where the line ends between misogyny and NFTs, if you can.
Boost Mobile.
Boost Mobile. Hey,
Actually.
everyone. Boost Mobile.
Good morning, everyone. There was actually a story about Bill Gates that I didn't put in for this morning, but for reference, Bill Gates has once again pledged to give away the majority of his fortune. But since the last time he said that, he has, tripled his net worth.
He do pledge that a lot.
He do. And, does he keep giving money? Yes. Yes, he does. Is he giving away enough to keep up with the amount that he is making? Not even close. And he's acting like, I just can't, I don't know what to tell you. I just keep making money and there's not enough places to put it.
Yeah,
people are still hungry.
I mean, listen.
Feels weird.
It's true that once you have a certain amount of money, you just wake up with like more money. Like there's no stop. It's the Brewster's.
Absolutely true.
It's the Brewster's Millions problem. If you haven't seen the movie Brewster's Millions, but from what I understand, he always says that he's gonna do it like before he dies or on his deathbed.
Yeah,
or
before
whatever.
he dies. Not on his deathbed, but the goal is over the course of his life, he is going to give away the majority of his wealth.
Yeah, which like. Good luck and get to moving, bud.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of it. It's like you're getting up there, and I think you actually might be a bit behind based on how many you've got.
Stephen Hayden brings up another interesting point, which is what if he believes that the immortality is coming soon?
No.
And then he's like, I'll give it all away before I die. Suckers. Billionaires don't die.
You're
we
so
live
right.
forever
if
now.
anyone's going to live forever, it's going to be fucking Bill Gates.
Billionaires have Highlander rules
like,
now.
think about the billionaires, too, of who's going to live forever. It's not going to be Elon Musk.
Who wants
That dude's going to die in, like, a bus driving
to
accident.
live forever?
Elon Musk, he's not going to live forever.
Who dares
He's already...
to love? I'm doing a background score to your thing
Not sure.
by Queen.
Not sure that's Quaho.
Forever.
Yeah, there we go. Elon Musk is already decomposing in front of us a little bit. Okay, I thought that was going to be the end of it. All right, interesting.
Elon Musk is a fucking rat shit bird dick.
Hey, that's a great transition.
Thanks.
Anthony, okay, chat. I'll allow that. That's pretty funny. Everybody be really cool. There was a big story about Elon Musk's dad. Do not say it. Do not say it.
I haven't seen
in
the story.
the chat. Anthony, look away from the chat just in case.
I was in my Moderna haze.
So Anthony was in his Moderna haze, and he did not see the story about Elon Musk's dad, Error Musk.
Error Musk?
No, it's Errol, but I think Error is funnier.
Like Zelda 2?
Errol.
Errol.
Anthony,
This is the diamond mine man.
Yes. No, actually, it's Emerald Mine.
Emerald mine man.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So,
Emerald Musk, owner of the mines.
the error that is Elon Musk's father is in the news because he has welcomed another child into the world. Still making him. Wow. After it went like that. Now, Anthony, you know that Elon Musk has 10 children.
That he'll admit to that we know of.
Exactly. So far confirmed 10 children. Error, on the other hand, only has 7. So
He's trying to catch up.
He's trying to catch up. Now, do you have any idea? This is his second child with the person he's involved with. Do you have any idea who that might be?
No.
Who do you think Error Musk is having children with?
I mean, she's definitely half his age.
You'd be right.
She's whoever it is, she's definitely half his age. Is it also Grimes?
Anthony, it's worse. It's his stepdaughter?
Yo, we've got a Woody Allen situation on our hands.
It's worse. It is his stepdaughter, so the daughter of his ex-wife, that he raised since she was 4.
I gotta say, that's some really efficient dedication to grooming. That's like I am so dedicated to grooming a younger woman that
I adopted her.
I gotta start. This is what they call the Sigma grind set online. This is horrible.
Yeah, it's hard to create a situation in which you empathize for Elon Musk. He no longer speaks to his father over the first child that he had with his stepsister. With Elon's stepsister.
Do you know why else I think they probably don't talk?
Why?
I bet Error is so mad that his child has more money than him. I bet it's one of those situations too. I bet they didn't like each other for a good long while.
Yeah.
I bet Error gave him the emerald money to buy a PayPal. He said, "Here you go. Here's a little money. Buy yourself a PayPal."
Mm-hmm.
And then PayPal took off. Elon's richer, and they just started butting heads because I bet I listen. Am I taking everything I know about wealthy people from Charles Dickens novels? Yes. Is there anything wrong with that? No.
So here's what I will acknowledge, because sometimes it is easy to forget that these are real people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even though they don't feel like it, and I almost don't think that they should be treated like it.
No, they're billionaires.
I really do think that all people should have equal treatment. I just don't think that the Musks are people.
Whoa, Tom Biden says his half-sister is his aunt.
Yeah. Correct.
Without time travel. This is not a time travel surprise situation.
Yeah, so his new like niece nephew nibbling is also
A nibbling.
his sibling.
Oh, no.
His nibbling is also his sibling.
Oh no.
A nibbling is a gender neutral term alternative to niece or nephew.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that because it also sounds like a magical creature.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool. I think all nieces, nephews, and nibblings are magical creatures.
Yeah.
So that really works.
A sibling and a nibbling for old Elon Musk there. So a couple of things that came out with this story, this horrifying story.
You can do anything when you're wealthy and nothing happens.
Can you believe we didn't talk about this the first time it happened? Can you believe this was not national news? And I don't mean here on It's Too Early. I think it might have predated It's Too Early.
I'm just saying, how did we not know?
How did we not know that Elon Musk, one of the most famous people in the world and one of the wealthiest people in the world, that his dad had already had a child with his stepdaughter and Elon Musk's stepsister?
Honestly, it's impossible to keep up with the disgusting ethical misdeeds of the Musk family.
Yeah.
And so I guess it makes sense that it slipped by, but like, especially since we're mostly talking about Elon and not Error most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know though. It's weird when you're that rich, you can get away with anything. Bill Gates is never going to give away his money. He's going to be a Highlander.
Elon and Error Musk, both, at least Error will say it, and it would appear that Elon believes, saying that the only thing we are on Earth for is to reproduce, which is one of the most horrifying sentences I think a man could ever say.
Yo, that's all you need to hear. Once you hear that, every other decision they make just falls into place. You're just like, oh, that's like your baseline. And if that's your baseline belief, everything you do that's in service to that, you don't care because it's in service to that.
Yep.
That's horrible.
So, Error also admits that it was unplanned and told the son that they are no longer living together, citing their 41-year age gap and not the fact that it's his daughter, saying it's not practical. She's 35. Eventually, if I'm still around, she might end up back with me.
Wait, they're still married. She's having his children. They live separately.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
he
boy.
added, any man who marries a younger woman, even if you feel very sprightly, it's going to be nice for a while. There's a big gap, and that gap's going to show itself.
Yo, hey man, take back every decision you've ever made. Hey, look at me.
41-year age gap.
Errol, look at me. Take back every decision you've ever made. Every single one.
Yeah, all of them.
Right now. Ugh. Hey, everybody, let's move away from that. Let's just move away from that.
Oh man, we gotta get far away from that. Do you want to talk about that new Munsters trailer? Everybody's been circulating that new Munsters trailer.
Have they been circulating it?
Yes, Anthony, they've been circulating the Munsters trailer.
I've never heard somebody casually say circulating.
Yes, you have.
Not like in that way. That was a fascinating. No, I love it. I've never heard anybody use it that way. I mean, that's what it's used as. It's circulating.
I used to notice it.
Really?
Yeah.
Circulating. I love it. Hey, do you know what I don't love?
What?
This fucking Munsters trailer, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Let's. Will you pull it up, or I can just put it up on mute.
I mean, we should hear it probably. We should. I know. I know.
It is giving home movie.
This has got some very 2007 fan film energy. This has got some. No, there we go. This has got some mini DV, fan film, real early YouTube energy.
Okay.
Yeah, and I love all this.
Yeah.
Great. The greatest love story ever told. Now
Oh,
those titles.
That is where you lost me in the way that they like
The titles look very iMovie.
giving a lot of iMovie.
There's a lot of iMovie. There's a lot of crossfades in this. It all looks very video.
Mm-hmm. That was the thing for me, is the quality was so bad. Like the lighting quality and just the everything about it, man.
Crypt, it's like a stake through my dead black heart.
Now,
I can whip you up a humpy down in the lab.
people were like,
These shots look like
He was bad.
film school.
now,
I'm gonna
a lot of
go.
people were like, oh, people
Okay.
who don't like this trailer,
for a
oh, that
vision.
crossfade. People who don't like this trailer don't understand what he's going for. I get what he's going for.
Herman
I like the
Munster
Munsters. The issue is, Rob Zombie is kind of known
I knew
for
the
like
woman had laid eyes on
doing a
you
lot
for
with a
special.
little.
I
And he did a
understand
little
you
with a
don't
lot
feel
this
the
time
same.
round.
I'm just a regular
Lots of
gal
Kittens, I think,
living a
described it
boring,
perfectly and said it
normal
looks like a Disney Channel original movie.
It does. That's the thing. It's
that green screen.
it's less about the style of humor or the style of the way it looks, or it's aesthetically the fact that it looks like it was shot on a video camera.
It looks like it was shot on a video camera, and I think a lot of their choices were just bad. And I love camp. We are two people that love camp. I think you could have made this 2 steps weirder,
Yeah.
and gotten into Love Witch territory, and made an incredible film.
And I mean, I thought that's where we all thought that was where he was going to go, because he really does understand that style. And if you're trying to make it look like a sitcom, well, The Munsters was a 50s and 60s sitcom, which would have been shot on film anyway.
From Transylvania.
There's our girl Elvira.
That's a strange
Like,
way of
I don't
saying
mind
hello.
things like that where it goes into fast motion. It goes woo 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 woo.
Absolutely.
That's a Munsters gag.
But like the characters, I mean, frickin' Eddie. Whoa.
Yeah.
Eddie looks rough. He looks like a Halloween costume.
So like, I don't mind speed up slide whistle. She faints.
Absolutely. The intentional camp we're
Yeah.
here for.
That's a Munsters bit. What I don't understand is like the really weird. It looks like a skate video. It looks like it was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes he's just using like angles and like a fisheye and like straight. It just looks like a really brilliant student film.
Like if you look at what the Munsters looked like.
If you want to make the Munsters, that's the Munsters. The Munsters is 50s and 60s sitcom.
Mm-hmm.
It's still lit. It's still stage lit, television lit. It has a depth to it. This looks more expensive and more well done than the movie, and it shouldn't.
You know what else, Anthony? You know what else just really fucking gets me?
What?
You're going to take the Munsters.
Yeah.
And say the greatest love story ever told.
When Morticia and Gomez are right there.
I just like here, besides my like opinion on it, because
Yeah.
obviously I'm an Addams Family person to
Sure.
the day I die. Beyond that, why would you even try?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why would you even?
And look,
Why would like it's simply the thing that they have cornered. It is the thing that they were the best at, and that is what the Addams Family was built on. That the Munsters was not built on.
but if you're Rob Zombie and you're a bigger Munsters than Addams Family fan, I can understand where you're coming from. Rob Zombie is definitely a bigger Munsters fan.
No,
What's
I think that
weird,
they just have different specialties. I still don't get that. If you're a
Yeah.
bigger Munsters fan, what you're not looking for the same thing you're looking for from the Addams Family.
Did you ever
what
see-
you get from the Addams Family is the greatest romance ever told, and like that's okay. It's just different things.
The Munsters
romance
is very,
was
like-
not baked into the Munsters.
No, the Munsters is very, very much like Leave It to Beaver. The Munsters was they're your perfect American family.
They just happened to look spooky.
Yeah.
Whereas it was counterculture to show a couple that slept in the same bed and was very romantic.
Now-
which is why the Addams Family is what it is.
Now, this is a prequel. This is the story of Herman and Lily meeting and falling in love. So maybe that's where he's coming from.
I get that it is.
But here's my thing.
This is theirs.
But if he's telling this story, then as the director, he has to believe it. He must believe it. And
but
so
you get to choose what story you tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And to him, this is the story. And that's
I think that's a bold choice.
It's a bold choice because it also means like you're pulling the children out of it. Mm-hmm. Because if you're telling this prequel, you're pulling out Eddie and Marilyn, which like, Eddie and Marilyn are like the linchpins of this thing.
Correct.
Like Marilyn in particular is the bit.
Yep.
Like Marilyn is the bit. Like, why are you pulling out the Munsters child that looks like a perfect middle American child? Mm-hmm. Did you ever watch Mockingbird Lane? Yeah. Mockingbird Lane was so wonderful. It was Brian Fuller. He only got to make one. And he did it contractually, actually. Mm-hmm. Contractually, actually.
Nice.
He wanted to make Pushing Daisies. And in order to make Pushing Daisies,
right,
the network told him, hey, we have the Munsters. We think you'd be great for it. If you do the Munsters, we'll let you make Pushing Daisies.
Yeah.
So he did it, and he did a great job. I think you can watch Mockingbird Lane on Hulu. It was really beautiful. It was Jerry O'Connell as Herman Munster. Like, they really, like, changed things up. Yeah. But it was, like, really beautiful where, like, they really brought out all of the things where, like, Grandpa Munster doesn't like Herman because he's not real. He was made in a lab. Yeah. And they hate that Herman has feelings. Right. Because he has a human heart, and they think that's his weakness. And it was so good. It was such an interesting take. It was about 60% Munsters, 60% whatever, or 40% whatever Brian Fuller wanted to do. This Rob Zombie had such a chance, and I thought, and listen, we're reserving final judgment until we see it.
Absolutely, but this is a huge jump for us because we've been team hell yeah Rob Zombie Munsters up until this trailer. Yeah, everything that we've released that has been released and that we've covered so far has been like,
when you talk about 60s horror, camp, love, family, like all of that stuff coming together, and like, hey, the Rob Zombie's whole thing, his thesis statement is, the freaks are normal people that deserve love. That's his thing. Uh-huh. Why did you come up with this? He literally had more money than he had to make Halloween. Yeah. They gave him more money than they gave him to make Halloween. What?
I think taking the kids out of it was wrong. I also think that these two people are playing teenagers in like every capacity, where it's like, you know, dad being very involved and the like romantic scenarios they set up are extremely intentionally adolescent. Yeah. And that's not landing for me. I'm sure there's a scenario where it could, but it really is not landing for me in the trailer.
They're trying to do like Disney Lady and the Tramp, like, oh, we're in Paris, we're on the Tunnel of Love, we're doing this.
Picture if they had cast two 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
This could have been actually a very cute peak prequel, in my opinion.
And like...
But these are two people that also we know canonically have children by this age.
Do you know what it looks like to me? It looks like that 90s Munsters reboot. It looks like Munsters Go Home, the one with Brad Garrett as...
Never watched it.
It was bad. It had Brad Garrett from Everybody Loves Raymond, you know, the older brother that's like, oh, everybody loves Raymond. That's his sketch. That's his thing that he says. Yeah. He says, Raymond is the one that everybody loves. He was Herman Munster, and that was great casting. The show was terrible. And it looks more like that than classic Munsters. I don't know, man. Now that I see it, should have given it to Anna Biller, like you're saying. Should have given it to the director of The Love Witch. She would have crushed a Munsters movie.
That would have been so good.
If they had given it to Anna Biller, she would have destroyed. She's making a pirate romance movie right now. She's great.
One thing you need to know about me, BBs, is I love The Love Witch. I fucking love The Love Witch.
It's so good. She follows me on Twitter, and I don't know what to do about it.
Oh my God.
I don't know what to do about it. I can't speak to her. She's too cool.
Yeah, that's correct. Do you want to keep going on some like movies and stuff?
Yeah, let's keep going on some movies and stuff.
We got a bunch of them.
Let's chat. Let's chat about this. This is very funny. Now listen, we're Gremlins fans in this house.
Huge Gremlins fans in this house.
Love Joe Dante. Mm-hmm. I think Joe Dante's made some of the best, funniest fucking genre-bending films in the history of ever. Gremlins 2 was an
perfect,
underappreciated classic.
We're also huge Star Wars fans in this house. Unrelated? I think not.
Now, this is something you might have heard. a few people. This is an opinion that was circulating. Did I do it?
Yeah, it's normal. Everyone in chat was like, yeah, it's normal.
Circulating. This is an opinion that is circulating where some people, particularly people in my age group, said when the Grogu, when the Baby Yoda came out, they said, that Baby Yoda's just a Gizmo. And I said, I see where you're coming from. They were definitely a little bit inspired by, but the baby is a completely different character with a completely different vibe.
Yeah. It's a baby.
He do a baby.
It's just you babied it.
Yeah,
that's what babying something looks like.
He looks and acts like a baby. He has a completely different set of powers. He has a completely different. He's a different character. He does different stuff. And also, can we just say,
it's the shape of Yoda.
Yeah, let's get into what it actually is here. What it actually is here is that Joe Dante said that Baby Yoda is completely stolen and shamelessly copied from Gizmo. Joe, Booby, Baby, let me tell you something. There are two things going on here. Number one, Gizmo was not the first cute, fuzzy, adorable sidekick that there ever was in media. There were lots of adorable little sidekick creatures for kids in children's media. Number two, you didn't even want Gizmo to be Gizmo. Steven Spielberg did that.
That's very, very true. He didn't want Gizmo to be Gizmo, and then he wanted to kill Gizmo.
Yeah, so the whole idea of the first draft of the movie, Gizmo becomes Stripe, and Billy must kill Gizmo.
Yep.
But then Steven Spielberg visited set and he said, if you don't make that the main character, you're an idiot.
Yep.
He said, that's your main character.
Yep.
So Joe Dante...
Don't go being protective of Gizmo now, but...
Yeah, that's
bold
fucking
of you.
wild.
I'm going to start looking at other people's baby pictures and being like, this is a shameless copy of my baby pictures. Because all babies look the same.
Yeah. I mean, look, there are things that if you're trying to design a cute character, everybody knows. This is something they tell you. Make the head large, the body
big
small,
eyes.
Big eyes. Like, these are all things that they tell you when you're designing characters and when you're designing. You can look at, like, any cute, adorable sidekick character, and they're going to follow these rules. Unless it's from the late 70s, early 80s, when they thought that cute meant scaring children.
Yeah, that's true.
When you talk about, like a late 70s HR Puffin stuff style, you know what I mean?
Yeah. This is shameless theft.
Oh my God,
from Gizmo.
Brad Bird, I'll see you in court.
This is shameless. This is a copy.
Disney, please.
Please, get original. What? It has ears, it has eyes, a nose, and a mouth.
Oh, and the eyes are big and the nose is small? Eat shit, I'll see you in court.
Nice fucking try, Disney.
Everybody, give Joe Dante $30 when you see him.
Hey, Disney. That's another $60. Okay?
All right, Disney, hey, this is...
Baby Herc, Baby Moana, get fucked.
Shameless. Shameless, but also be friends.
I cannot
Baby
believe...
Herc and Baby Moana, be friends.
Yeah, actually.
You know what I mean?
I cannot believe Disney has been shamelessly copying Joe Dante for this long.
I'm livid.
Oh, no.
I'm absolutely livid.
Oh, no, Anthony.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, it's everywhere. The plagiarism. Please, everything I love is a lie, Anthony.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Here's another one.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. That's just Gizmo with a hat.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Everything you love is a lie. It's all Gizmo.
Oh, no. This is terrible.
Anthony, what are we going to do? How are we supposed to like anything anymore?
Well, listen, we're still allowed to like Gizmo, the urtext through which all entertainment was born.
Oh, thank goodness.
We will never have to say goodbye to Gizmo because Gizmo created life. Look, there are similarities. And you know what, Joe Dante? Joe Dante, I think the words you're looking for are, hey, there are definitely some similarities between Baby Yoda and Gizmo, and I'm kind of flattered that they saw how well Gizmo worked.
I still think that's too self-indulgent.
That's a little self-indulgent, but Joe Dante, you don't go shameless copy. You don't
I
go
think the only
shameless copy.
reasonable response would be, yeah, I see a resemblance between him and Gizmo.
Yeah.
I think that's the only reasonable response.
It's kind of cute.
I think that's got to be it.
It would. Here's what you say. It'd be neat to think that those guys were Gremlins fans growing up.
Yep.
That's what you say.
Yeah.
Can I tell you?
Or he reminds me of Gizmo, and that makes me so happy.
I used to walk by a Gizmo every week at work. There was a Gizmo at ILM. It was really cute. And I also walked by. Okay, do you want to talk about what's stolen? Can we talk about what's a total ripoff? And we've mentioned it before.
Oh.
But like, let's be real. Let's be real.
That's not selling merchandise, so you don't care.
Yeah. My sweet little alien robot family from Batteries Not Included is definitely Princess Leia's Lola droid.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
But do you know what? This actually brings up a wonderful point, Saige, and this might be crazy, but are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
It's almost as though the same special effects shops and teams with the same design heritage worked on all of these films.
No.
And so, as artists, they probably brought their own style to all of it?
Anthony, we've cracked it. Also, in addition to this,
Gizmo?
Humans are not actually capable of creating original concepts. Our brains cannot visualize something we have not seen before. If you tried to picture a new animal, you would be picturing an amalgamation of other animals you've seen before.
Dude, I just did it.
If you tried to picture a new person, you'd be picturing a combination of features from people that you have met or seen or
I just did a totally new
encountered.
person.
The people that you see in your dreams are not people that you made up. They're most likely people you passed on the street.
Dude, I just
all
thought
of
of
these informations.
14 entirely new things.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm really smart.
So, all things, combination of things.
Yeah.
Lola droid look like Ladybug.
Look like Ladybug and Battery Not Included.
Exist in nature. Battery Not Included droid also look like Ladybug, which exist in nature. All things are literally just amalgamations of things that we saw in nature.
Yeah, and they're all Gizmo.
And they're all Gizmo.
Every single one of them is Gizmo.
Gizmo was the first nature.
Gizmo was the first thing. It's in most Judeo-Christian religions, on day one, God create Mogwai. Day two, God say, don't get wet.
Yeah.
God create water, say, don't get wet.
Yeah.
Day three,
God create food.
say, don't eat after midnight. Day four, God go, oh shit, what midnight? Create light.
Gizmo ate the apple.
and threw us out of paradise.
Mogwai ate apple.
Turn into Stripe.
Uh-huh.
Until second God, Steven Spielberg go, no. Keep Gizmo. Speaking of Steven Spielberg, I do want to talk about this. It's not in the doc, but I want to mention it very briefly while we're talking about movies. There's a rumor that Marvel's considering Steven Spielberg for the Fantastic Four. And here's what I say to rumors like that. Everyone in Hollywood is considering Steven Spielberg for everything. Everybody goes, hey, you know who direct this movie really well? Steven Spielberg.
They're acting like he's auditioning.
We're considering Steven Spielberg to direct this show.
Yeah, on Monday.
Yeah, we're thinking, I wonder if we could get Steven Spielberg in on Monday.
Yeah. Them acting like he's like, well, we'll consider it.
Hey.
We'll think about it if we'd allow Steven Spielberg to direct the Fantastic Four.
Do you know what would be perfect, beautiful justice and would be also perfect, beautiful choice? Peyton Reed. Peyton Reed was originally supposed to direct the Fantastic Four for Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Right after he came off of Bring It On, he was like, I want to do the Fantastic Four as Hard Day's Night. I want it to be the Beatles, right, on the day that they released this album, but instead, it's the Fantastic Four being followed by documentary crews on the day Galactus attacks. The greatest heroes in the world.
Which is pretty cool.
This family falling apart. It's comedy. It's action. And he was supposed to do it, and then they went with whatever garbage that they went with, which is fine. All roads lead to the sweetest Chris is Captain America, so it's fine.
Right.
But he then went on to, of course, do Ant-Man and the Wasp after Edgar Wright fell off from Ant-Man. And I would love it if they gave Fantastic Four back to Peyton Reed.
I think that would be nice.
I think that would be lovely, and I think Peyton Reed would crush it. He's been wanting to make that movie forever.
I'll also say, just like Disney saying, Steven Spielberg would probably be.
I think Steven Spielberg would be all right.
Do a good job.
Do you know, like? But here's the thing, like, can we talk like? He doesn't want to make the movies that he's known for anymore, and you can really tell that when you watch like Ready Player One. You watch Ready Player One, you're like, this dude, he don't care, and this ain't it.
Forgot he did Ready Player One.
Never forget that he did Ready Player One, and woof to that movie.
Woof to that movie. All right, let's get in. I'm gonna like speed run a little more movie news because there's genuinely so much of it.
Yeah.
We got a release date for the Beavis and Butthead movie, which I keep forgetting is happening because it doesn't feel like 2004.
Oh, this is the Beavis and Butthead
Paramount Plus.
Do the universe.
Yes.
No, wait.
No. You've seen them do the universe. Now it's time for a new series. I'm sorry, this is the series.
Yeah, I was going to say, Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, I think, came out.
It did.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
As someone who remembers 2004 and doesn't remember 1998, 2004 for me, guys. We got a trailer for it and a release date. It is coming August 4th to Paramount Plus. Y'all watching Beavis and Butthead? Did you watch the movie?
I am seriously just waiting for that Daria. I'm just waiting for that Daria.
Yeah.
Daria was the better show.
Daria was the way fucking better show. I was a huge Daria fan.
And there's so many different Daria things that they've been working on behind the scenes that have spun into different things. There was the Daria reboot, which then turned into a live action.
The BoJack Horseman people would do a really good Daria reboot.
Yes, they would. And it turned into a live action about, it was a spinoff about one of the friends. Yeah, it was a spin-off about one of the friends going to college, and I forget what her name was. Not Kimberly, the other one. Anyway, no, Tiffany was the. Anyway, it turned into a live-action spin-off, like dramedy, about not Daria, but one of the supporting characters going to school.
Oh, her best friend, the hair?
No, not Jane.
Not Jane.
If it was a Jane Lane show, I would lose my goddamn mind.
That's weird.
Yeah, and it was about Jody. It was about Jody.
Jody.
And it was about Jody going to an HBIC. And like it was kind of like it definitely sounded like them trying to do a Blackish Grownish thing, but with Jody.
Interesting.
Which I still would have watched, but I kind of want all the Daria characters to come back. I don't mind if it's like.
I'd prefer it be animated though.
Yeah, same. If it was even if it was a Jody show, I would want at least
a Jody
Shody. I would want like cameos from all the other characters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, I don't know, man. Paramount Plus seems to be like, look, all the streamers are doing this, cashing in on a lot of like older licenses.
Yeah.
And they haven't hit on one yet that's made me go like, well, I mean Star Trek.
Sure.
Other than Star Trek, they haven't hit on one yet that's made me go, ooh, Paramount Plus. I know you were pretty excited about SpongeBob, but then that new SpongeBob turned out to be not great. So I don't know.
That's for children, and it's okay. It's okay that it's for children.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be for me. I'm excited by the concept of the Wednesday show.
Yes. But that's Netflix.
That's not Paramount Plus.
Yeah. I'm wondering what Paramount Plus... I mean, Paramount Plus seems to have a lot.
What else does Paramount Plus have?
Paramount Plus has a lot of things, but nothing that really... Other than... exclusive originals. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Because they... Oh, yeah, so...
I mean, South Park doesn't count.
South Park is... Okay, so they have The Offer, which I hear is wonderful. They do have RuPaul's Drag Race.
But, like, this is original IP. This isn't, like, their catalog category of, like, the reboots we were talking about, of, like, what did they own that they can tap?
Yeah, I mean, some of them are, because it's, like... I mean, I guess Strange New Worlds is the only one on this list that's like that, but it's really interesting. Like, they obviously have a lot of children's stuff because of the Nickelodeon connection, so...
Yeah.
I know a lot of parents that have Paramount Plus and love it because you get, you know...
I keep it for RuPaul's Drag Race. That's why I keep Paramount Plus.
Between RuPaul's Drag Race and Strange New Worlds, like, you've got my money.
Yeah.
I just wish that, like, all of these streamers now are so diluted that, like, not diluted like crazy, but diluted like... They only have one or two good shows, but they have, like, 50 original shows.
Yeah, everyone's bringing up the Avatar stuff. When the Avatar stuff hits... That's going to be a real different conversation.
Ain't no Avatar until there's Avatar.
Right.
You know that Bill Withers song? Ain't no Avatar till there's Avatar.
I know the one, of course.
Hey, that Barbie movie. Yo, this Barbie movie, we're finding out more and more about it.
Honestly, they're really comfortable leaking this whole ass movie. They have just been unable to contain leaks from this, and I think they're fine with it. There's been so many set photos released. There's been so much information informally released.
But the great thing about the set photos is because it's different costumes, different places.
Yeah.
There's no idea what's going on in this movie.
I still don't understand what this movie is about, and I'm so excited.
Now, there were several leaks that have clued us into things.
I still don't get it.
And what we now know, and this is something that Ryan Gosling said on the red carpet of The Gray Man, which is another one of those Netflix movies.
Which we passed by in Hollywood the other day.
We did. We passed by. We were like, why can't we get anywhere in Hollywood today? And it's because The Gray Man is coming out. But we've learned that the Barbie and Ken in the Barbie and Ken movie are perhaps not the perfect prototypical Barbie and Ken.
So he said that Ken life is even harder than the Gray Man life, I think. He's got no money, no job, no car. He's got no house. He's going through some stuff.
Now, this tracks because Ken doesn't own shit.
Right. It's not the Ken dream house.
It's not Ken's dream pink convertible.
Yeah, it's not Ken's convertible. It's Barbie's. It's the Malibu Barbie dream house.
That's right. So, like, this dude basically dated up, got everything, you know, and maybe he's having like a little bit of an existential crisis over it. What's the meaning in my life?
Yeah.
What do I do as Ken?
How do I keep up? Or maybe he's just gonna thrive on being a sugar baby.
I mean, look, could we please just see a movie where, like, powerful lady, golden retriever boy, and golden retriever boy is perfectly happy, and it's a dynamic that works.
You know, I'm good as long here. I trust this team.
Oh no.
I trust Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie.
Oh, for sure.
To tell us an excellent story of a male failure. He said when asked about the photos that have leaked from the set of like the vintage outfits, he said, "Oh, that's nothing. I can't wait for people to see the film. That's all I can say. Otherwise, Mattel will come in and box me up."
I can't wait. Now, I do know a couple people that have been working on the set, and I've heard a lot of things, but that's not my place. That's not my place. I want all of us to come to Barbie with as much wonder and discovery as a 7-year-old girl would, which is a lot based on what my sister did with those dolls. A lot of discovery.
I'm moving on. Hey, there's also, and this is something that was announced a while ago, but I don't think any of us took seriously or thought was really being made, and it's a Winnie the Pooh horror movie?
Okay.
Blood and Honey.
Okay, now we saw this artwork, right?
Yeah, but everyone thought it was just like weird fan art.
The fan art circulated earlier this year.
It literally sounds completely normal what you're saying.
I know, I've said it 3 times now and it feels normal to me.
Yeah, it always did.
I know, but like for me,
You're getting there.
I'm getting there.
So this is the official poster for the real movie that's being made. Yeah, because it's public domain.
This is amazing. As long as your Winnie the Pooh does not look like the Disney Winnie the Pooh.
And it doesn't.
You're allowed to do whatever you want with those characters because the A.A. Milne books are in the public domain.
I honestly thought it was fake. I did too. And then I looked up the public domain thing because I was like, well, there's no way that they would give that.
The film, so director Reese Frake Waterfield, which, come on, this whole thing sounds like
it does sound made up.
It sounds made up. Reese Frake Waterfield said that Pooh and Piglet are the main villains, and they go on a rampage after Christopher Robin abandons them to go to college.
Okay, so this is going to be a B movie for sure. This is going to be a terrible
100%.
B horror movie, and we're going to watch the hell out of it.
Okay, this thumbnail that the Imagine Games Network is using for the movie, for their discussion with the director, this is definitely a B movie. Look at Pooh and Piglet. And it's just rubber masks. Like, this movie knows what it's doing. They're just like, we know that this is entirely shock value. We're using public domain characters that everybody thinks of as cute. Let's just hurry up and get this movie done. Are you okay?
Dying. This sounds... I'm concerned.
It will have little to do with Winnie the Pooh is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this was probably
I agree.
a mostly written slasher script that these people wanted to do for a long time, and they found their hook. And their hook was killing somebody with a hook. And that someone was Winnie the Pooh.
Well, no, someone killing with a hook. Then.
Yes.
He's the bad. Yeah, I think that somebody was like, I'm hoping for Killer Clowns from Outer Space, kind of silly. I hope so as well. That would be excellent. I see it being more disturbing.
Yes.
Than Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, yeah. Somebody mentioned the Banana Splits movie, the Banana Splits horror movie that was drifting on the Five Nights at Freddy's. Did you ever watch that?
No.
Came out like 2019, I want to say.
Huh.
But it was Banana Splits, but Five Nights at Freddy's. And it was live action. And it was, listen, everybody, find it. It was pretty, they did it. They were like, we have the Banana Splits. What do we do with them?
Fascinating.
So,
shall we move on to a little games?
Yeah, so no release date, no trailer for that yet, but we'll keep you in the news on that one. So let's talk about this. We've been so excited because Skate 4 is coming.
Yes.
And we've been like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
They've got a pre-alpha right now.
Skating games are back.
Mm-hmm.
This is so exciting.
Yeah, we already had the remakes of Tony Hawk 1 and 2.
Yeah, but this like a new skate game from the ground up, new technology. Can't wait. We now have some details. Skate 4 is just called Skate.
They're doing a Scream.
No capital letter. Stylized as Skate.
That is very interesting. They are doing a Scream.
And it's Skate, period.
Is it?
Yeah, which drives me nuts in this article because it keeps ending sentences with Skate, period, but then the sentences aren't over.
I didn't notice that.
Oh, yeah.
I just didn't notice the period. I did notice the lowercase.
Yeah, but that period is driving me nuts. Like, look at this. Here we go.
Yeah, there it is.
Drives me nuts. Skate, period, will take place in San Vansterdam. Skate it drives me nuts. But that's okay. They're making cool choices for cool kids.
What is this thing?
But they're making some not cool choices for not cool kids as well. Skate, period, is going to be free to play.
Yes.
With a microtransactions.
They did promise that there would be, they shared 4 rules for their free-to-play game, though, which is no pay-to-win, no map areas locked behind a paywall, no paid loot boxes, and no paid gameplay advantages. I find that actually very reassuring.
I find it very reassuring, too, except it's coming from EA.
I do get that. It is hard to trust EA on that. But, you know, and the developers said this, and I am hopeful for it for now. We're going to wait and see exactly. But that is a big promise to make up front that they simply, like, didn't have to because they're EA.
Yeah,
you
could have just, well, I mean, here's the thing. If they hadn't said that, EA now knows that if they don't immediately detail this, every question they get is going to be, how are you monetizing this game? Are there microtransactions? How much do we
Is this pay to win?
Yeah, how much can we expect to pay the average player per month for progression? Are there skate battle passes? Like all of this stuff. So they have to come out immediately and say, no pay to win.
Yeah.
No areas locked behind whatever.
So they said that Skate 4 is not a sequel, a reboot, or a remake, but because it is a new platform that is going to be built upon in the future, they don't intend to keep the franchise for Skate 5, Skate 6, Skate 7.
It's looking great.
And instead, it is a brand new thing like Skate 2, right?
Yeah. Now it's pre-alpha. This is the Imagine Games Network having fun with the pre-alpha.
Remember the skate butts?
Remember this guy? This looks like that YouTube guy that I really love. that I always bring up to you, the rubber guy where all the people come out of the sea.
Yeah.
Who only makes like one video every 3 years. Ugh.
I think it's excellent, and I want to play this so bad. Hey, how do we get in that pre-alpha?
Look at this. This looks great.
That does.
I mean, the stuff that's finished, this is what I've been waiting for, right? Like, okay, clearly it's not as cutting edge looking as some other games, but that's because it's completely cross-platform, including PC and mobile. And so there has to be like a baseline for graphics and design. But I'll say this, it looks really good.
It does.
And like new physics, like modern physics, modern lighting, modern controls with skate, it's gonna be amazing. And as long as they don't fuck up this monetization thing, you can sign up for the pre-alpha now. I don't know how many people they're letting in.
I'm gonna apply.
But definitely apply because it looks very good. Now, another thing that you can apply for as of yesterday is, oh my God, cookies.
God damn cookie settings.
It's obnoxious that they named them after my favorite things.
I know.
I love a cookie, but I hate cookies.
Yeah.
Another thing that you can sign up for as of yesterday is the Multiverses open beta. There it is. 10 tons, baby.
We gotta get in these betas, Anthony.
I mean, this is open.
Oh.
So
We gotta get in this beta and we gotta play that beta.
So as of July 26th, everybody can play in the Multiverses open beta.
Mm-hmm.
Things that you'll need to know is that, of course, while it's in beta, they will be they'll be rebalancing things, they'll be tweaking things, they'll be changing stuff, they'll be updating things. Some of your progression might disappear, all of the normal beta stuff. But I do really love the fact that they're doing this as an open beta because they took a lot of player feedback during the Multiverses alpha. That sounded like they were really listening to the fighting game community, and they were really also just like adding things a lot. These are the good cookies. Oh, Rame! Hey, what's up? With Apex, that was our goal. Be free to play and remove the evil. Yeah. It'll never be perfect, but if done right, I love the idea that anyone can get in and play unhindered. It's the game's job to make you fall so in love you'll naturally want to put money into it. Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
very effective on me.
Mm-hmm.
I love to buy a skin.
Y'all have been doing a great job there over at Respawn, I think, with Apex, but also with that good Star Wars content.
Y'all, I just can't help it. I'm a real slut for a $5 skin.
Yo! You know that my thing with a free-to-play game, I have a policy.
Mm-hmm.
My policy is this. I download your free-to-play game.
Mm-hmm.
If I play it for a day and I know I'm going to come back the next day, I buy like whatever your like welcome to the game like $3 thing is.
Yeah.
That gives you like a little boost. If I'm playing it for another week, I give myself like $5 a week.
Okay.
Because if I'm playing a game regularly, well, I would have paid that much for a game that I play regularly anyway.
Absolutely.
Now, the only thing that's a problem with that policy is for a lot of these mobile games that are a little more aggressive with their monetization, I have the ADHD. And these games can be very predatory towards somebody with my brain.
Yeah.
ADHD and autism especially can be predated on by these mobile games and these microtransactions and little shiny things popping up and, hey, do you want the next hit of dopamine? You can get it for $3 right now.
I do. Take my money.
So games like that can be predatory. There do need to be laws and regulation about how these things can monetize because it is a bit of gambling.
Mm-hmm.
And in the EU, it's considered a bit of gambling.
But they said no loot boxes.
But, I think, so sometimes I'll download one of these mobile games and I'll be like, I'll be really into it and I'll spend my $5 a week or whatever.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But then in 3 weeks, I'm tired of it and I'm like, I actually feel bad that I gave this particular game my money because they just kept asking me for money. Because sometimes when I'm in the frenzied fervor of the new thing.
Like when you dropped like way too much money on League of Legends so that we could play for a week?
Yes! There's a Star Guardian event right now. The Star Guardians are back, baby.
You want to play?
Kind of. I would play League of Legends if we had a regular group of people that played League of Legends.
That's true. That's true.
My problem with League of Legends is I don't want to play with strangers because they're rude to me.
Yeah.
I'm not good yet. I'd like to get good.
We're a little behind.
You're not allowing me to. Rude. Yeah. Anyway.
Hey,
sign up for that Multiverses.
Yeah, and you know what? I think the same vein of talking about like in-game transactions, there's all these things that go along with it, right? You're gonna pay for your online subscription in addition, so you got maybe a free-to-play game, but you have to buy a season pass.
Yeah.
And you've got to have your online capabilities. You've got to play for one of the 18 tiers of PlayStation.
There's no such thing as
Gold
ownership.
Plus Super.
What is ownership?
Mega?
If not renting from a benevolent company that allows you the rights and access to the thing for as long as they feel.
Exactly. And PlayStation has 100 tiers for that.
Oh, God. Name a tier.
They've got it.
They've got it. If you're like, well, what about a tier where I get 4 games a month, but then a list of games, but then I only get to play 20 of those games, but then there's a second list of games that I get to look at, but I just get to peek. I don't get to see.
I want a tier that Spider-Man will come to my house and give me a little pat on the head.
A little pat on the head. They've got it.
Kiss on the forehead.
What about a tier where you get 1 game a day and it's totally random and it disappears after 3 hours? PlayStation has all of these things, I think.
PlayStation can offer any of those things, whether you want a kiss on the forehead from Spider-Man or you just want a few good games per month. But you know what? They said, fuck it, one more.
One more tier.
One more tier. Now, what is
one
actually
more
good?
tier. Baby. Gonna keep on feeling so free. Gonna celebrate, feeling so free.
One more tier. So they have introduced now a loyalty program, PlayStation Stars.
What is it? Okay. So this is different than me signing up for Plus, Plus Ultra, Plus Omega, Ultimate Plus.
Yeah.
What PlayStation Stars is now, this is a loyalty program that's kind of more like a Club Nintendo sort of thing?
Yeah, so it's free to sign up. Players will be able to complete objectives throughout it in-game, like achievements you would get, with something as simple as playing a game once a month to earn points. You can redeem them in the PlayStation Store for other rewards.
Okay.
Now, if you know, because you have a loyalty card at literally any given store, the amount of points that you generally need on a free card versus like credit card points is going to be an amount that you almost never get anything free. So outside of PlayStation Store related rewards, users can also earn digital collectibles that are digital representations of things that PlayStation fans enjoy, including figurines of beloved iconic characters from games and other forms of entertainment, as well as cherished devices that tap into Sony's history of innovation. So you can get a little digital guy or a little digital console.
A little mini disc player? Can I get a little pocket station?
Yeah, you can have a tiny PlayStation 1
this is
digitally
cool.
in your heart.
So this is not another thing that you have to worry about in terms of paying money every month. This is more along the lines of like, they're gonna pop up things on your screen that's like, hey, if you buy this game within the first week, we'll give you X number of bonus PlayStation points. If you're the first person in the world to platinum a game, we're going to give you X number of PlayStation points.
Which is like cool because it's passive.
If you,
but just don't expect too much from it.
If you get, I mean, I like this for people who are like trophy hunters and achieve, like the people who love their Chivos.
I'm not.
I don't care. I could not care less about trophies.
I move on to another game too quickly.
I play a game until I'm bored of it. And that may mean I play the first 3 levels of it and I go, boring game.
Or very good game. Forgot about game.
Yeah, forgot about game because decided that my new hobby is sculpting. And maybe for a week I'm a sculptor and then I forget about the game.
Yeah.
This is the beauty of hyperfixations. So I think this is kind of fun. And it's nice that they have something that's going to kind of go up against the My Nintendo.
It's also very similar to the Xbox, like achievements and rewards program.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, it's pretty similar.
Oh, that's great. The Nintendo one, sometimes you get little physical things, like if you're the first person of the month to see that they have a keychain, you can get a keychain, but they run out of that stuff real quick.
Yeah.
But it's mostly digital stuff.
I think the thing for me is I don't think you should have to sign up for it. I think it should automatically be attached to everyone's PlayStation accounts.
Yeah, and then if you decide that you
like
want
Xbox says.
Yeah, if you want something shipped to you, like if you decide on a physical reward, then it's like, okay, now I have to give you some personal information.
But you can get that through the PlayStation Store where
Right.
you already have my information.
But like right, but like confirming like a physical shipping address or whatever.
Sure.
But like you don't I like the idea that you can start accruing these points. They're connected to your account. You don't have to do anything to opt in.
Yeah.
Right? It's like the and I don't know, do you have to opt in?
I believe it's a separate account that you have to enroll in.
It looks like let's take a look on the PlayStation blog.
But in addition to that, also they did not mention a single physical reward as of yet.
Yeah.
To clarify.
So it looks like, oh yeah, PlayStation Stars will be free to join when it launches later this year. Once you're a member, you'll earn rewards by completing a variety of campaigns and activities. Our monthly check-in campaign simply requires you to play any game to receive a reward, while other campaigns require you to win tournaments, earn specific trophies, or even be the first player to platinum a blockbuster title in your local time zone. That's kind of fun. So, like, this is something where they're like, hey, have you turned on your PlayStation this month? Hey, Saige, have you plugged in your PlayStation? If you plug in your PlayStation and turn it on, we'll give you a little digital tchotchke that you can have. All you have to do is turn it on. Just turn on your PlayStation just once. Can you do it? Can you plug in and turn on your PlayStation just once? You don't have to do anything other than that. And we'll give you something. Now, as we all know, Saige's PlayStation 5 is a dedicated Puzzle Bobble 3D machine. And it's the size of one Saige. All you got to do is plug that in. And they'll give you... Do you want to put it back on the shelf?
So big.
Okay, you go put it back on the shelf. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. We're sorry. We're sorry we asked. Maybe next month, huh, buddy? We'll work our way up to it.
Bench press it on my head.
But you know, this is a problem that PlayStation actually has because titles have been
It's too big.
because it's too big, but also because, you know, titles have been coming out slowly. PlayStation has a few of their big exclusives that everybody played, but you know, there aren't a lot of PlayStation 5 specific games right now that everybody wants. And a lot of people still don't have their hands on a PlayStation 5. And I think they're seeing, and Microsoft is seeing the same thing, everybody's seeing the same thing, is like, if supply chain issues and delays keep happening, people won't feel like it's important to have this new hardware.
Yeah.
I can't see a single reason to buy a Series X because I have a PC. And Microsoft doesn't want me to. There are only a few games that they put on the Series X that they don't put on the PC, that they don't put on streaming, you know?
Anthony,
Yeah.
it's in the box.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
My Xbox Series X.
You have a Series X.
I have the whole time.
You've had a Series X the whole time?
Most of the time.
And you haven't plugged it in? It's in the box?
It's in the box.
At least you got the PlayStation out of the box.
Yeah.
You have a Series... Wait, I remember this.
I play everything on PC. I thought there were going to be more things that I would have to play on my fucking consoles. I thought I would need to pull out my consoles more. Alex, you can't have it.
Well,
I thought there would be things to play on it, Anthony. They put them all on PC.
they did put a lot of it on PC. You're right.
Anyways, if... What? Can I help you? You didn't even... You were just talking about not using your consoles and not needing them. And then you're like, what? You're
No,
not
I
doing
said
it?
I don't even own one. I said I don't own one and I can't imagine owning one because I have no need for one.
If it helps, it was a gift from my mother.
I remember this.
As a birthday and Christmas together gift.
Now,
Thank you very much. My mother has the most incredible talent for getting a hold of things. I don't know what the fuck her like shady back alley dealings are.
you need a
but
human thumb? She'll get you a human thumb by 3
She did
o'clock.
a PlayStation the year before for me and for my niece and nephew.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking wild, okay? I don't know how she did it. My mother, we were raised broke as shit, and my mother is slightly less broke now, even just slightly, and she's like, it's fucking PlayStation time, kids.
She's not
Let's
paying,
go.
She's not paying scalper prices, is she?
I asked. I was like, you're not paying scalper prices, and she was like, no. I got this from a store.
Is she lying?
I don't think she is.
I got this from a store.
No.
What store? PlayStations and stuff.
She insists that she did not buy them from a scalper.
I got it from electronical game store which you buy the things from, and not a man who got it out of a trunk of probably a Subaru.
I'd trust more that it fell off a truck than that she bought it from a scalper. She wouldn't even know where to find a scalper. It's my mother. But every year for some reason, and she's had this talent since we were kids. That was like her one thing, is like, but you have a game console like the other kids. So since I don't know how she does it, but every Christmas, for the entirety of our fucking lives, she has always been able to find the ungettable console or the ungettable toy. That is just the fucking magical power that my weird mother was gifted.
I love that. I love that.
Everybody's like, man, we couldn't get a hold of this doll. And she's like, weird. I got it.
So it's in a box, is what you're saying.
So I'm saying it's in a box.
Okay. Hey, do you a Dark Souls?
I love the lore of Dark Souls. Weird timing to eat a cookie, man.
A lot of people do.
Uh-huh.
And some people love the lore, but not playing the Dark Souls.
That is true. And fortunately, for both actual Dark Souls fans and fans who just enjoy Dark Souls in theory, 2 lore books are being released, and they're pretty.
This is lovely. Loki is somebody who's he calls himself a Souls scholar. He's been digging into the story and themes of the original Dark Souls for years, and for the 10th anniversary, he's put everything he knows about the original Dark Souls into two volumes in a slipcase. That is lovely.
It's so pretty. It's absolutely beautiful. This is exactly the way that I want to consume Dark Souls, honestly. Ah! Stunning.
I mean...
Look at those fucking books.
I mean... I love it. I love it so much.
The collection is called The Abyssal Archive. And what's interesting about this, too, is I'm like, are you going to get in trouble? There's no Dark Souls branding anywhere on it.
You know,
I guess you can publish like fan books about things.
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, you think about publishers like Boss Fight Books, or I forget the one that I got my I have another Dark Souls lore book that was done on a Kickstarter. And as long as you're it's like reporting on, you know what I mean? And this might be something that, you know, they have the blessing of Bandai Namco or Miyazaki for, but I'll tell you what, this publishing company doesn't seem worried about it.
Yeah.
And if they're not worried about it, and I get mine in my hands before whatever happens to them happens to them, that's a win, baby. Now, I will say this. There is a basic edition of the volumes that clocks in at $180. That's the basic edition.
All right.
The clamshell, the one that comes with a fancy clamshell box instead of the slide out shell, that's going to be $249 for the collector's edition. And then there's a benefactor edition, which is exactly the same as the limited, but your name is printed in the back of the book. And that's $500. That's
pretty cool. I think the cheaper version has the clamshell, and the slide out is the more expensive version. That's what it says here.
Okay. So, limited edition featuring a clamshell box instead of a slide out shell. Yeah. The limited has the clamshell, and then there's a slide. Yeah. We're on the same. Yeah, we're on the same page. Here's what they look like. Is it what they look like? Here's what they look like. So, you do get some little. You get a little bookmark. You get
it's a good bookmark.
Yeah. You get the clamshell. Ooh, look at the inside of that case.
Yeah.
That's real nice.
These are really pretty. Any of you into Dark Souls lore enough to pick these up? And if you do, is it more of a shelf piece for you or an actual reading piece?
I love the idea of having all of this lore in like a clearly laid out, like readable way, like not on a wiki, not on a, you know, because sometimes you go and it's just like, if you go to a Dark Souls wiki, it's fucking wild out there.
It is.
It's fucking wild out there.
Yeah.
And like it's like hyperlinks on hyperlinks on hyperlinks of stuff that you need. So somebody laying it all out in a really organized manner, like a storybook, would be like super dope. Now, if you order, the pre-order window ends on the 14th of August. And if you pre-order, you get a PDF and an EPUB digital version of the book as soon as the layout of the book is complete. So that's kind of nice. You get a digital version to wait while they're printing the physical.
That is very cool.
I will say this. I love this. $180 may be a little too rich for my blood.
It is expensive, but with the amount of density packed into those books, I think it's worth it.
I definitely think it's worth it. And
it's pretty, and it comes with that big map and the art. Like, for a Dark Souls fan, I don't think that it is outside of, like, fan product pricing.
No,
You know what I mean?
I've bought some very beautiful like limited editions of different books and stuff. I'm just saying, for right now, for me, for this, 180 is just a little out of my comfortability range. I think if the basic edition was closer to like a 90.
90, that's a huge dip.
I know, it's a huge dip.
I think that's too much information and work, honestly, for $90.
I feel that, but
yeah.
I just can't. If there now somebody in the live studio audience, Ventatsu said, "Hey, if they eventually make a digital version only, I would love that. Like an EPUB version to throw on my Kindle and like read.
Yeah,
that would be dope. And I would definitely $30 is a lot for an ebook, and I would pay it.
And see, I'm in it for the physical books and the look of it and the shelf piece after.
Yeah, it's beautiful for sure.
It's pretty. It's very pretty. Other things that are very pretty are some of the photos that we got from House of Dragons.
The House of the Dragon is coming, baby. That's that
Targaryen prequel to Game of Thrones. So we've seen a lot of stuff about this, honestly. It's been quite a big lead up to the show. And we just got a couple more images that I'd love to show you. And it looks beautiful.
Those are
course.
Targaryens.
Those are definitely Targaryens.
Hell yeah.
Now, this was the photo, of course, that everybody was like, whoo.
Now, the creators of the show, the showrunners were like, when the Iron Throne was described in the book, the Iron Throne was described as taking up the entire room, being huge and taking up the entire room. And so they wanted to represent that. And obviously, as a prequel, the Iron Throne being in the castle of the Targaryens and not being moved, like you can tell, like, okay, when they decided to move the Iron Throne over, they were like, well, we don't need all the melty swords.
We're taking the throne
Just
itself.
take the throne itself. We can leave the rest. I don't even know how we would get these melty swords up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like attached to the cement.
I just like, we can try to like crowbar. It's not worth it. We've got more swords at home. We'll melt more swords.
But man, there is such a like visceral reaction to seeing that many.
Yeah.
There's an amount that the Iron Throne is that I think like we've all seen the Iron Throne. No longer that impressed. But man, this is just like, I see that and I'm disturbed by it.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that way looking at the other Iron Throne anymore.
I was hoping when they described it, I was hoping it was also going to go up more behind it. Like when they said, I was hoping that it was going to be like when you walk in, it's like somebody is sitting on this throne and swords. You know what I mean? Like
I think
the swords of the fallen.
I love this, honestly. This is actually my preference. I think that this is incredible. I think it expanding down the stairs of it and incorporating that into it is a really fucking cool look.
No,
I'm all
I love
about
it too. There's also a picture from it.
I also want to acknowledge Spirit of Night said, I backed the amazing Coyote and Crow RPG, but lazy and haven't opened it yet. Coyote and Crow fucking owns.
It's kind of like, there's vinyl that I own where like the vinyl also came with like a digital copy, and it's like some of that vinyl has never touched the turntable. Cause like, hey, I also have the digital copy, and also this album's probably streaming.
Yeah.
Like,
I've never bought something and used the digital copy that it came with because it's always also streaming.
yeah.
Like
I have a lot of like dusty MP3 certificates, I'm sure.
for sure.
I love this. I think I'm interested in a Targaryen show for sure.
I'm very interested in this.
The closer we get to it, you know, we were talking about that Game of Thrones fatigue, the Game of Thrones distrust, but the more we see from this show in particular, the more I'm like, I mean, I'm going to watch this.
I have absolutely no Game of Thrones fatigue left. I definitely have like that little bit of distrust still from the last season of Game of Thrones that we all do. But I feel like it's been long enough that that's pretty neutraled out for me.
Yeah, and these are completely different showrunners. It's a
Yeah.
completely different team, and they ain't working from source material. They're doing their own damn thing. So it could be a lot of fun.
I think it's an interesting world that was set up that makes sense to have more media in.
Oh yeah.
But I think
But you know what we always say. Where's my show about the faceless assassins?
I would love to know about a girl who has no name.
What about the many-faced god and the acts that they complete in the name of the many-faced god?
And it doesn't have to be Arya. We talked about an Arya show and what the fuck happened in that time and where the fuck she's sailing off to instead of a Jon Snow show. But like, I'd also very much be happy to just see like a series surrounding this like many-faced god concept and like that island. I think that would be so
Oh
interesting.
my god.
I think they've set up some really huge and interesting things, and they're like, well, we'll take a small thing.
Take a little bitty thing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would love to see them dive into that more. It also, I mean, honestly, that's probably a really expensive show to make.
I mean, sure, but it doesn't look like
Dragons
they're
aren't cheap,
Yeah,
but-
it doesn't look like they're cheaping out on this one either.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Here's the thing about the many-faced god. The many-faced god and these faceless assassins, your money is basically going into talent and how many actors it's going to take to like, because it's going to be guest stars every episode, because you're going to put on somebody's face. Whose face is it? Is it a famous
Anthony's
person's
thinking
face?
about the marketing. You know what I mean? We're really
Well-
selling this. We're putting the pitch together, actually.
Well, we're talking. Well, you know, when you mentioned like how it's going to be expensive, I was like, I don't know that it needs to be much more expensive than any of these other shows they're making. You know, because it's mostly about putting on somebody else's face,
Yeah.
and so it's just, hey, you can do that off screen half the time. You know what I mean?
Sure,
Somebody walks behind a column and they come out and they got somebody else's face.
Yeah. I would love to see them do it, honestly, though.
Oh
It's
my
like
God.
Game of Thrones big budget
It's
thing.
the one I want, baby.
And that's also the one I want. It's Quantum Leap with Assassination.
Oh.
Y'all, this is your weekly reminder that Quantum Leap did not hold up.
Hey, you
Quantum
know,
Leap did not hold up.
it was there to teach boomers very specific lessons, and boof are those lessons outmoded and outdated, and also, don't worry, they're working on a new one that's supposed to be a lot better.
Anyways, that is all the news that we have time for. Thank you so much for joining us. We have one more show before we leave for Comic-Con. That will be on Monday. Typically, we do the show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific.
Typically, but you never know what we're doing, because we're in the shadows. We're taking people's faces.
Except for next week when I tell you what we are doing.
We
which
don't
is
know.
No, we know. No,
It could
actually,
be
we're super
anything.
organized. That's not true. I promise we've got our shit
Will
together.
we
in a
be at
schedule.
Comic-Con?
We will absolutely be
You
at
don't
Comic-Con.
know?
We have a live show at Comic-Con.
Or do
It's
we?
at 1:15 p.m. on Friday. You can come and see the Pixel Circus live play.
Unless
it's going to be,
it isn't.
It is going to be, and it's going to be GM'd by Abria Iyengar. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to
Or
be
will
very
it?
fun. So you can come and see us there if you're going to be at Comic-Con.
We could be anywhere, though.
At Comic-Con. Except for between 1:15 and 4:15, where we will definitely be in one place. And I'll be in 3 of the live plays. I'm also playing with Hunter's Entertainment for Outbreak Undead. I'm also playing in a Title Blades game. I'm on a panel there called Everyone's Talking About Dungeons and Dragons. So a bunch of stuff. I'll see you there.
Or we won't.
Anthony, where can they find you on the internet?
Oh, you can find me everywhere online at Carboni, except for here on Twitch, where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, is mine. Give it back to me. Also, it is Friday, which means if you are a patron of We Have Concerns, my science comedy podcast with Jeff Kanata, you get a new episode today, our 700th episode.
Ooh.
Dun, 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 dun. It sounds very impressive, but remember, we used to do 3 episodes a week, 3 very short episodes a week. It's still impressive.
It's still very impressive. Hey, we do 3 short episodes a week, and we're nowhere near that.
Ours were like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Hey, we're putting in the work. Don't say that we're not. Nobody say that Pixel Circus isn't putting in the work. Speaking of which, if you're a patron, you get a little something extra today.
You
Remember
do get
that.
a little special treat.
Saige What about you?
You can find me everywhere on the internet at Not Saige. I stream on my channel Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. This weekend, I'm streaming on Sunday because it is my 4-year streaming anniversary.
Hey!
Feels weird, man. But yeah, so I'll be doing something special and celebrating on Sunday.
It's been 4 years. She's on the campaign trail. She's hoping that you do not elect another streamer to her channel.
Yeah.
Because she's put in a lot of work. And
re-election time.
There are no term limits on Twitch, so please, re-elect her.
Yeah. Like a Supreme Court justice. Except you get to elect. So somehow already better. Anyways, there's also Failed Save tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific. You can find both of us playing some D&D. If you've never watched D&D before, you don't actively watch D&D generally, it's super easy to jump into. It's mostly just absurdist comedy with a little bit of D&D sprinkled in as a treat. So we will see you here tonight. It'll be very, very fun. We'll see what the fuck is going on. And thank you to everybody who supported us during the show. There's a bunch of non-monetary ways you can do so. You can join the Discord for free. You can do things like tweet about when the show is going live. Like Flatlander, who tweeted that the show was going live today and retweeted our tweet and was very lovely and supportive, and we appreciate you so much. There's a bunch of free ways to do so. Hell, just telling a friend that maybe they'd like this show if you think they would like it. If you like it, you like good people, I bet they would too. And a huge thank you to everybody who did support us during the show today monetarily. Chaotic Pipe, thank you for that 2-month resub. Thank you for coming back for another month. We're very glad that you're here. Just now, Speed Punk with those bits, so appreciated. That one Moon Kid with the tip said sugar money?
Sugar money.
I mean, we should probably start calling it sugar money.
Sugar money.
As opposed to sugar breakfast money, sugar money. It's direct. X Violetta with a 3-month resub. Cassidy Weaver for 20 months said, we turned the Large Hadron Collider back on. How long until it brings in a good timeline? Ooh. About that. It's only getting worse. Please maybe turn it off. I don't know. Obi, thank you very much for that 5-month resub. Said getting closer to that Pixel Circus year. I think Musk will end up being ended by one of the women's he's fucked over. Don't forget Never Pickles. Never Pickles, baby.
Never Pickles, always Pickles.
Flatlander with the 11 months said, if 13 months is a Pixel Circus year, what does that make 11 months? A failed save fortnight?
Oh, a failed save fortnight.
That's very good.
I like that.
The Captain Awesome with the 19 months. That is so many months.
That's so many months.
Goodness.
We think you might like us.
Davey Dave Boy with the tip said, for sugar breakfast and dagger treats. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Del Katrina, thank you for the bit. Self-aware can opener for 22 months. Holy heck.
Woo!
That's a lot of months. Cats are better with the Prime sub for 5 months. Thank you for taking a little money out of the BZ's pocket. 54 Aqua Snakes with the bits said happy Friday and also with you. Darwin with the bits. Flannel Fries with the 21-month resub said, we're having so much fun. Let's not ruin it with a label.
Hey, babies.
21 months in.
Let's just keep it casual.
We're only 21 months in.
It's only 21 months. Let's just be casual about it.
Royal 3, thank you very much for that 3-month resub. Said, thanks for being 8 a.m. during my 10 a.m. work shift.
That doesn't make sense, but okay.
At least they acknowledge it is 8 a.m.
It is definitely 8 a.m.
Sir Ross the Weary with the 19 months.
You're
That
2
is
hours
also
early for
so
work.
many. Yeah. You know, hey, dedicated.
Yeah.
We'll give you that.
Get that OT is what we say.
Yeah. Everybody, you're so wonderful. Thank you for spending your morning with us.
If you're a patron, we're going to see you in just a few minutes with a little extra bonus clip, a little bonus clippy. And if you're not a patron, hopefully we'll see you tonight for Failed Save.
See you then.
Bye, babies.